Hey guys, trust you had a good day. Welcome to the chapter 4 review of the book, The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. And today, the chapter 4 is titled, Try Prayer Power. So for a positive mindset, try prayer power. Before we delve deeply into what the author has said in this chapter, what is prayer? Prayer is communication with God. Yes. So some people think that prayer is performing all the gymnastic stuff and, all those jumping and kneeling. Some people think you cannot actually pray until you do all of those things. No. The real essence of prayer is communication with God. So however you want to communicate with God, kneeling, sitting, talking to Him one-on-one in your secluded area, anywhere, the communication there is what prayer is. In this chapter, the author tells us some importance of prayer. One of the importance of prayer we learn in this chapter is that prayer restores the harmonious functioning of the body and soul. When you pray, your spirit is energized, your body functions properly, your soul functions properly. Another thing we learn in this chapter is that you cannot get a man physically healthy unless you first of all get him spiritually healthy. You sure do know that the spiritual controls the physical. So if you want a man to be physically healthy, then he has to first of all be spiritually healthy. The third importance of prayer that the author mentions in this chapter is guidance. When you begin to tell God about every minute detail, you discover that you will have guidance. Number 4 importance of prayer that the author mentions in this chapter is that prayer has the ability to keep your reactions sound and correct. When you are the prayer person, when you continually be in the spirit, you don't misbehave. Some of you might be saying prayer, I actually pray, so why don't I see results? It might be because you did not follow the techniques of prayer. There are some techniques for prayer that the author opens her eyes to in this chapter. There are actually a lot of them, but the author mentions some in this chapter. One of these techniques is faith. Remember in the book of Mark, there are countless, Mark 9, Mark 11, where God talks about faith. He talks about belief. In one of the chapters, God tells us, when ye pray, believe that ye receive. Another technique is unity, harmony. The Bible says that where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there will I be. Another special thing the author shares with us in this chapter is praying for people. Pray for people. Pray at intervals. When you walk through the street and you see somebody, you see a beggar sit down, a market woman striving to sell, just kindly say a prayer in your mind for the person. You never can tell how far that prayer will go. As we wrap up the book review today, I'll leave you with 10 rules for effective prayer. Number 1, set aside a few minutes every day. Simply think about God. This will make your heart receptive towards God. Number 2, then pray orally. Use simple words. You don't necessarily have to speak big grammars in talking to God. It's your father, it's your friend. Feel free, just like you do your friend. Number 3, pray as you go about your business of the day. In your work, in the bus, anywhere you find yourself, just mutter some words to God. You could pray in tongues, you could pray in understanding. Number 4, don't always ask. Sometimes just take time to reflect on God's wonders in your life and thank Him. Number 5, pray with the belief that your sincere prayers can reach out to your loved ones. Number 6, never use a negative thought in the place of prayer. Only positive thoughts get results. Number 7, always be willing to accept God's will. Ask for what you want, but be willing to accept His will over yours. Number 8, practice the attitude of leaving everything in God's hands. Your business, your life, your family. Number 9, pray for people you don't like or people who have mistreated you. Resentment is a major blockage of spiritual power. You want to shed off every ill thought you have towards others and just pray for them. Number 10, make a list of people to pray for. The more you pray for them, the more the results will come back to you and not just them. Have this in mind. Every day is a good day if you pray. Consciously profess words like, today is blessed, today is beautiful. I trust you've been able to learn something from today's episode of the book review. Thanks for staying tuned. Do well to like, drop your comments, your questions or your contributions. Do well to save, share this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, same time next week. Bye.